Hey, English 232. Welcome to American Literature, 1865 to the present. I am Siobhan Brewer, and I am your instructor. And I will do lecture videos occasionally in this class. It may not be every week, but most weeks. And it will be kind of just a quick, sometimes it'll be a quick overview of what I expect you to do that week. I may explain an assignment. I might talk about a discussion forum you've participated in the previous week, or an idea in literature. So these lecture videos are meant to help you better understand what we're doing, what we're reading, what the assignments are, so on and so forth. For the most part, it's to go through the agenda and make sure you guys understand my expectations for the course. So this week, I'm going to go over the syllabus and some basics about our course and how it will work, and talk about your assignments for the first week. Really excited for the literature course. I've been working on figuring out what are the most interesting things to read from American literature in this very large time frame. I mean, you're looking at like almost 150 years of work. But just to be fair, just so you guys know, we will not be reading all old dead white guys in this class. So we're going to read some stuff from other people, and I'm really excited about that. So hopefully it's things that you didn't cover in high school, and you get a different perspective from of the American experience. So I'm going to go through Moodle with you and go over some of the basics really quickly. If you want to pause me, open up your Moodle and you can follow along, go ahead and do that. I'm going to start just with kind of my instructor information. You see where my office hours are. I'm located in Waller 232, and you can come by during those office hours and guarantee to catch me, but I'm here a lot, so if you happen to be around and you want to just swing by, just check and see if I'm in here, and say hey. I'm right across from the elevator in Waller on the second floor, so you're welcome to stop by. I'm encouraged to do so. So I'm going to open up our syllabus for the course, and you'll see that the syllabus looks the same in almost all of your courses now, but there are sections that I've edited for the purposes of our course. So we're going to look at American Lit. We're going to read a lot in this class, lots of reading and responding. And hopefully you get a nice kind of experience of reading some of the short, mostly it's short works. So we're not reading a lot of books and things, but shorter works. You have my contact information, you have contact information from our English department chair, and contact information for the Dean of Arts and Sciences. We will have a lot of discussion forums in this class. You'll have some journals, some quizzes, and you will have 2 major papers in this class. So that's kind of how things will be broken down. Your grading percentage is broken down here for you. So your discussion forums will take place. You'll have at least 1 for each period of American Lit that we cover, and that's 20% of your grade, your discussion forums. Your coursework includes anything else, quizzes, tests, journal entries, class assignments that aren't papers, and that is 30% of your grade. So 50% of your grade is your classwork and your discussion forums. Your first essay number 1, is 20% of your grade, and that'll be due in September, at the end of September, and it'll be MLA formatted, a project grade made up of a thesis and outline, and a final draft of your paper. So 2 grades will make up that 20%. And then you will have essay number 2, which will be due December 1st, and that will be a project grade that includes a rough draft, peer edit, and final draft of the paper, and that is 30% of your grade. So that's how your classes grades are broken down. I'm going to scroll on down. You can see under course policies, when you submit file documents, the only file that is accepted for this course is Microsoft Word. And we have a free download of Microsoft available for you in our course information. So if you submit something to me in Google or Pages or anything like that I can't get in and edit, you will receive a 0 for the grade. So make sure that it is in Microsoft Word. You are online, so you are expected to have access to a computer and access to a reliable internet source for an online class. Make sure you're using your Lancer email when you're contacting me. And if you have any technical questions, concerns, there are some phone numbers here for you. If you call me and say, I don't know how to log into Moodle, I'm gonna tell you need to contact tech support because I don't understand the tech either. Okay, now getting to the meat of our course. When you contact me and you're emailing, please do be sure to follow the format that I've outlined in your syllabus. So you should include a greeting or salutation. You should identify yourself, identify that you're in English 232, LIN. Sometimes we have more than one section. I only have one section of 232 this semester, but you'll need to tell me that you're in the American Lit course because I do have multiple English classes online. Make sure that you tell me what assignment you want clarification on or what you would like clarification on and whatever specific questions that you have. And then make sure that you sign off and give me your name. What you need to understand is that FERPA forms may be on file, but my communication for this class goes through you, the student. So if a parent contacts me, I will contact you, the student, in regard to their concerns. We are in an online course, so your assignments will be identified as an attendance assignment each week, meaning I will write attendance assignment next to that assignment, and that counts for your online attendance that week. If you do not complete the attendance assignment that week, you will be marked absent. Missing 2 in a row will cause you to get dropped from the course, and missing more than 5 total will cause you to be dropped from the course. So make sure you're doing those assignments. My late work procedure, the due date, usually everything is due on a Sunday night unless it's like a peer revision type of thing. And you have 3 days after the due date to turn in your work. So Sunday night, 11:55, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. So if it's not turned in by Wednesday night at 11:55, then it will be a 0, okay? So be advised of that. You lose 10% off of the final grade each day that it's late, okay? Discussion forums cannot be completed late. So once the discussion forums end on Sunday night, there's no point in going in there and participating because nobody can read what you say because they already participated in the discussion forum. So discussion forums and attendance assignments cannot be completed late. So let's say you turn in your first paper and it earns a 75, which is a C, which is an average grade, so that's pretty good. And you turned it in 2 days late. Well, you lose 10% per day, so your grade now that goes into Moodle is a 55. So it's very important that we turn things in on time in this course. Your final exam essay, which is due on December 1st, has a 24-hour grace period. So if it's not turned in by December 2nd at 11:55, it will be a 0. And if it is turned in late, you lose 15 points on it. So make sure you get that turned in on time. For grading, it takes me 1 to 2 weeks to update your grades, but I'm pretty on top of it most of the time. The only time it takes me longer than like 4 or 5 days is if it's a paper and I have a bunch of papers due that week. So we'll see how that works out. But FERPA does prohibit me from discussing grades with anyone but you. And like I said, even with a FERPA form on file, I will contact you, the student, if your parent has a question. If you have turned in something late, like after I've graded it, let's say I grade your outline really quickly, like you turn it in on Sunday night and I finish the grades on Tuesday, and you turn yours in on Wednesday. If it's within the 3-day grace period, you just need to email me and let me know that you've turned it in. So if there's already a 0 entered and you turn it in within the grace period, shoot me an email and say, hey, I turned that in, and I'll go back and grade it for you, okay? Also know that the late if you turn something in late and I need to go back and grade it, that is, I'm grading everything that was turned in on time first and then getting to that. LCC has a very strict plagiarism policy, so if you plagiarize either accidentally or on purpose, the first time you plagiarize in the course, you get a 0 on that assignment. The second time you plagiarize in the course, you fail the course, regardless of whatever your grade might be. So don't do that. And then I just kind of break down what types of plagiarism there are. You should already know this from 111 and 112. If you need to withdraw, shoot me an email and let me know. Know that you can only withdraw up to a certain point in the course, and then you can't withdraw anymore. We went over attendance in the course, and we went over plagiarism, so you guys should have a good understanding of that. So you might want to print that syllabus and just have a copy for the course. I also suggest you take notes, especially on my course lecture videos and things like that. So you might want a little notebook for the online course where you keep this syllabus. Just in case you can't get into Moodle or something, you can still contact me or someone else. Okay, so I'm going back to our course page in Moodle. We've gone through the syllabus. I use announcements regularly. The announcements will show up in the link here in Moodle, and you will also get an announcement sent to your email, your LCC email. Make sure you check your email regularly for the course. You have some helpful contacts that you can utilize, so make sure you look at that. The LRC link, you will use that for your research if you do additional research for our papers. Sending email just kind of talks to you about the importance of sending a proper email. At this point in time, you should know that. The tutoring that's offered to you guys, I highly, highly, highly suggest that, especially if we are not doing a peer edit or a review, even if we are, submit your papers to that tutoring facility. They will get you back some really in detail feedback. So I highly suggest that when you write a rough draft, you use the tutoring feature and you submit your paper there. And you can shoot me an email if you want to do that when we have papers coming up, and I will refer you, and it'll be a really easy process. So you're going to have 2 essay assignments in this class, and the information is right here for you in your course information. So we're looking at the American Dream and whether or not it's a reality for this semester. That's kind of our focus. That's our lens for all of our reading. All right, so you'll have 2 papers, and this is just information about how your papers work. Remember, those papers are very heavily weighted for this course, so you really want to make sure you do a good job on those. And we'll talk about the papers, when we get closer to actually completing them. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to see after you get past the course information is your actual enrollment assignment for the course. So your enrollment assignment is a journal. It is graded. It will show up in the conglomeration of other assignments, right? And I'm asking you to write 200 to 300 words. Please pay attention to word count. It's usually fine if you go over on the word count for journals. And for discussion forums, my concern is when you're under the word count. So I want you to try to make sure you're at least meeting the minimum. Understand too that meeting the minimum is average, so that's not A work, that's C work, okay? Make sure you get your enrollment assignment done by September 4th. If it's not completed by September 4th, you're dropped from the course. Okay, so getting past the enrollment assignment, that's the first thing you're gonna do. You can't do anything in week 1 until the enrollment assignment is complete. Nothing is opened up for you for the assignments, so you have to complete that first. So for your agenda, you're watching the course video. Good job watching the lecture video. You will have a class introduction discussion board to partake in, and that is getting you used to our discussion board format because you will be writing quite a few discussion boards about the literature we're going to read this semester. So for your discussion forum, make sure that your initial response is just your introduction. Okay, so you create a thread, you write your initial response. It should be 200 to 400 words, and you're talking about yourself. And you can read mine and get an idea of what I'm looking for by reading mine. And then I want you to reply to 2 of your classmates. So try to get your initial post done pretty quickly, and then that way people have the opportunity to reply to 2 classmates. All right, it's a 30-point grade, so make sure that you do all 3 parts, okay? You can't do it until you complete your enrollment assignment. So if you're not seeing it, it means you haven't completed your enrollment assignment. After you do your class introductions, you're going to look at the overview of literary periods. We're going to focus on the literary periods in chronological order, and you're going to look at the How to Read Literature handout, and there is a quiz to complete by Sunday night at 11:55. Again, if you haven't completed the enrollment assignment, you can't do the quiz. Then I want you to review MLA formatting guidelines. There's a PowerPoint there for you to go through. I want you to read the article, Can We Save the American Dream? And I want you to watch the video, Is American Dream Real? And Harlem by Langston Hughes is a very short poem. This is our anchor text for the course, meaning you will use this poem in both of your papers for the course. So get comfortable with Harlem because we're going to talk about it a lot. So it seems like it's a lot of stuff, but it's just a lot of little things, and the readings are short, so it's not a whole lot that you need to do this first week. It looks like a lot, I know, but don't get overwhelmed. There's small things, okay? So if you have any questions, make sure that you shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to address those. Hopefully you're going to enjoy the content of the course. That's my intention. It's also my understanding that this is an elective course, so you're here because you want to be. So I'm going to try to make it as enjoyable and as engaging as possible. Shoot me an email with any questions, and I will be checking in with you all next week. Welcome to the class.